little bit more franchise in there tonight. Like I said, I'm probably going to end a little bit early, probably like an hour earlier than I normally do. Let's see what happens the rest of the way with this team. We'll worry about call-ups in September. Let's just get through August and see where we stand. And unfortunately, it's on a giant pile of crap. 66 and 68, 10.5 games back for the division, 7 games back of the wild card. From the best record in the majors to probably missing the playoffs. It would take quite the turnaround. Quite the turnaround indeed. Oh boy. It is what it is. AAA wise, Hinayosa's benefited quite well from being back. I don't want to add Ricky McCann to the 40-man yet, but man, he's ready to go. We'll worry about that for next year. Let's get Hinayosa onto the major league roster. And honestly, Grant Riley has been doing very well in AAA, whereas Dixon's only kind of been okay. We're going to go with, well, actually, maybe even Irizarry. Let's go for Irizarry instead. That works for me. Do we have anybody in single A? We don't. So let's hope these rosters. Oh, shit. We have one more person we have to call up. Whoops. And it's going to have to be another pitcher. And that will be where Gary Dixon gets the call up. I'm hoping to not have to sign rando free agents, but it might happen. It might happen. All right, so we have a lot of people. Let's add Stevie Varela as a long reliever. Keep running with Espinoza and Galloway. And I'm not sure. Oh, my God. Remember how our pitching was half decent last year? Yeah, it's not anymore. It's not anymore. Damn it. Paulie, what's going on, man? Let's get Santana into the order. Lima and Ortega works for me. And then AA-wise, yeah, it's pretty much fine. Pretty much fine. Works for me. Lineup-wise is what it is. It would take a miracle for us to make the playoffs. 3 games against Milwaukee. We do win the series. 3 games against the Nationals. We suffer an injury. It's going to be to a position player. Scott Obama breaks his leg, I think for the 2nd time in his career. Brant's on a 1-year deal. Yeah, there's some people we're going to be letting go of after this year. Well, still don't want to call up Ricky McCann. Let's go for Joe Dale to return to the major league roster. And let's call up Skiambi to triple. Why not? Glass legs, who keeps assassinating our president. All right, there we go. So we do lose that series to Washington. 3 games against the Cubs, we lose that series. And we do beat Toronto, including 16-2. 10.5 back of the division, 6.5 back of the wild card. It would take a miracle at this point. We pretty much have to win out. As the Mets beat us 4 games against the Reds, we split the series. 6 games out, our elimination number's 4. 3 games against the Dodgers. Someone's back from injury, which is nice. Rosari hasn't pitched much. Ramon Hinayosa. Fuck. Well, who can I send down without issue? Backup catcher David Sung. There we go. Let's just get through this shit show. Dodgers sweep us. Our AAA ball club have made the playoffs, I think, for the first time. 92-58. AA misses out. And we know that we're pretty much boned. AAA club's already been eliminated. And at 79-83, the Pirates are right back to mediocrity, not making the playoffs. We missed out on the wild card by 7 games. Last season was a blip on the radar, unfortunately. It really was. Ray Nunez is still a serviceable catcher. Don't have too much to worry about there. You know, Fishman, Sato, Lopez, a lot of these catchers are going to be pushing for a major league spot in the future, so we're really set at catcher. Vince Messer might have just won MVP again. 49 home runs, 118 RBIs, and a 284 average. I mean, 49 and 40. He's on the juice. He is. He is. Pablo behind him, I mean, it sent him down. Did have 20 home runs and a 731 OPS as a DH. So, Maurice Burnett's up to a 78. I don't think he'll clear waivers anymore. Second base, Scott Obama. I mean, the injuries are really starting to pile up for our favorite Canadian president. Reyna's getting better. Again, we have Lewis McCall there, but he's not like an elite option. That's why we decided to bring in another second baseman in the draft. Ricky Gutierrez, just 18 home runs. He dropped down an overall point or two, but 3 straight years of hitting at least 20 comes to an end for Gutierrez. And his production at the plate is the worst it's been in 5 years. That's a bit concerning. Chad Dean, Joe Dale. Freitas missed a lot of this season due to injury. Yeah, held to just 111 games, 400 at-bats. Up to a 91, though. He's insane. He is insane. And Ken Hahn, 10 home runs, 260 average. Hinojosa barely played, but when he did, it was brutal. Guzman spent all season down AAA. Achilles, what's going on? How are you? 291 average for DJ Liss. Not bad at all. He's developed pretty well. Of course, Tim Coe's there. And then Rivas, 17 home runs. So, I mean, for the most part, it looks like our position players held up their end of the bargain. Yeah, Devs, right? We were talking about that earlier. What's going on, by the way? Let's see, Gil with a 4. Did anybody have a sub-3 ERA? Our pitching staff sucked. Ferret, that's the link for the YouTube side of things. You can also search for it on like any audio platform and it will show up. Yeah, our pitching staff sucked. And obviously, like, Espinosa was on the team. Any given year, we can go off or we can absolutely collapse. For the second year in a row, Vince Messer wins NL MVP. Last year, he did it as a part of the best team in baseball. This year, he doesn't even make the playoffs. So that sucks. AL MVP was yet again Justin Brown. What a friggin' player. What a player. NL Cy Young goes to Colorado's Ernesto Varela. And no names that we recognize, of course, at this stage. Batting title, Roger Castilla. So no Triple Crown this year. Justin Brown was up there.
Good for you.
Shout out to what a name. Name of the night, a BMW. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Tremendous, tremendous name. All right. Well, in terms of other award winners, it's not looking great. It's not looking great. Thanks to the name of the night. You earned it. You earned it. And thank you for the one bit. Ray Nunez finished 3rd for the Gold Glove. Am I cheering for the Buds now? I'm not cheering for the Leafs. I don't really have a preference between Toronto or Florida. I think it's a great story either way. If you had to ask me, I'd probably say Toronto, just to be like, well, fuck it. You made it out of the first round. Just go for it, you know? Like at this point. We had a lot of runners up for the Gold Glove. No winners from the looks of it. Thomas Gaucho was up there. Good for him. And then Silver Slugger, Vince Messer wins it for the second year in a row at first base. So again, defensively, we're good. It's just, yeah, for the most part, our pitching staff really let us down this year. The World Series in 2039 goes to the Tampa Bay Rays, defeating the Chicago Cubs. Cracking for the cup. Maybe. Sin and I might both be in Finland by the time the Stanley Cup's going to be awarded again. Sin is very likely. Me, it's a toss-up because obviously the playoffs started later this year, so I might have a shot. We'll see. World Series MVP, Carlos Quezada, who I think was a first-round pick, or at least top 3 very recently. I mean, my God. Again, Venezuelan Mike Trout, as we deemed him. He is insane. Yeah, Sin just might not come back ever, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Sin, by the way... oh, yeah, Sin's there until July 7th. There you go. By the way, buddy, I mean, I'm sure you know this. Oh, Ghostbuster, what's going on? How's the road to the show been? Good to see you. Thank you very much for the raid. Hope the stream went well. Sin, we'll be getting more Mario Party in when we're over there. Whether or not it's with 3 or 4 people. That's up to you. But there's no way you're not coming over, playing Mario Party, and then we're going over and getting Chinese. There's no way that's not happening. Not a chance. All right. Any Hall of Famers this year? No Hall of Famers in 2039. Welcome, everybody, from Ghostbusters, by the way. We play a lot of franchise and road to the show here, including this Pirates rebuild, where we've made the playoffs once by the 2039 season. It's going great. It's going great. Oh, Sin, fair enough. I mean, yeah, shit. I figured she would, so yeah, that'll be, hey, hang out with us as much as you want to. See, third base coach. We need a new third base coach. I missed the one playoff run. We won in the ALDS, but lost in the ALCS. We came back from 3-0 down to force game 7, and then got absolutely pooped on in that game 7. Russ Roper, you're looking like a decent third base coach. Let's try to bring you in. So our exclusive free agents, hello muted. How are you tonight? Okay, so we got a team option on Howie Galloway at $5.8 million. I mean, Howie 43 saves this year. Howie was amazing. Honestly, you could be like, hey, could you get it for cheaper than 5.8? But we do have $40 million to spend this year. Honestly, he might ask for more than that 5.8. That's the risk. So I'm going to accept that option. And we're going to bring back Howie Galloway. Frank Brandt. He's 32 years old. Has never had a sub-4 ERA in his life. Career FIP of a 4.45. This guy sucks. For his overall, he sucks. Psychot, what's up? I'm doing all right. He wants $7 to $8 million a season. The argument for keeping him last year was, well, you have the money, we might as well. But the bottom line is, he's just not cutting it. And we have some younger pitchers who deserve a spot. So we will be saying goodbye after 223 games as a Pirate. 7 years, we will be saying goodbye to Frank Brandt. Even though we do have the money to keep him, what's the point? Drank myself into a coma over the Leafs winning, woke up. Got tickets for game 2. Hey, very nice. Well, Achilles, that's always the question, right? Is can we afford to let people go for nothing? The problem is, fucking water bottle's leaking. The problem is, what's the point in keeping them if they suck? You know, keeping someone to just not... What the fuck is going on with this water bottle? Keeping someone just to not lose them is a little bit risky, you know? It's a little bit risky. So I'm trying to figure out if my water bottle's fucking busted here. Going the way of the Bruins. God, I got water all over my hands. I'm falling apart here, man. The pressure. The pressure. Do you reckon Bergeron's back? I hope so, because I don't want to imagine a reality without him. I already had to face life without Chara as a Bruin and Tom Brady as a Patriot, so an 84 sucks. An 84 overall can suck. Just because you have a good overall doesn't mean you're going to simulate well.
Oh, good.
That's just how it works.
For you.
I'm going to go out. Okay. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's KDD, but it could be Katide. It could be. Thank you for the follow. Let me know for sure. You'd be amazed some of the usernames where people have been like, oh, it's spelled Adam. It's actually John. It's pronounced John. It's like, oh, thanks. Thanks for that. Yeah, that's great. Lovely. It's KDD. Well, there you go. I had to make sure. It's Twitch and people are ridiculous sometimes, you know? Anyway, Mr. Rivas. Mr. Rivas. Ooh, had an up year. Ooh, Mr. Rivas. Mr. Rivas. Coming off of a career season. Only wants 6-7 mil a year. That's not bad. He does want to play for a contender. I'm insulted, sir, that you don't consider me that. Shout out to Let Timmy Smoke. 69. Just had to add the 69 at the end. Were there 68 other Timmys? Thank you for the follow. Sex number. We got to bring Rivas back. It's the only question of do we want 4 years with like the player option, which honestly isn't that bad. 27 million over 4 years, player option for age 35. The only reason we wouldn't do this with Rivas, okay, really quickly. The only reason we wouldn't is we know that Ricky McCann's ready to go. So honestly, maybe Rivas gets moved to left. We're gonna have to make some decisions in this offseason for sure. But Rivas is coming back. Teddy Hughes, 31 years old, was in AAA this year. Before that, he was pretty good. I had no choice but to send him down. Still wants 6-7 million. Teddy, I can't do it, buddy. I can't do it. I'm in a 4.19 career ERA and a 4.65 career FIP. I can't do it. Like I said, we have enough starters in the system. We let go of Brandt. We let go of Hughes. We still have Gill, Montanez, Dixon, Riley, Dyer, presumably as the top 5, with other people in the conversation. So we can't keep everybody, and odds are we'll be letting go of Teddy Hughes as well here, which sucks, but it is what it is. And then an $8 million option on Scott Obama. Did break his leg. We have the money to keep him. And we have Reyna at second. We could technically move Joe Dale over to second. We could move Israel Gutierrez over to second base. I mean, Gutierrez is 33 already. That's insanity. I disowned the Bruins. Fair. They had the money to fix his leg again. You know, we do have the money to do it. I'll exercise the option on Obama. 1 more year of Obama. But yeah, Frank Brandt, Teddy Hughes, despite the somewhat high overalls, they're asking for too much money based on their performance. We're going to go ahead and drop them, but we will look to bring back Rivas. Russ Roper's back as our third base. This might be over. We might be handing in our resignation here in Pittsburgh. The back-to-back and just not your day, huh? Apparently not. The back-to-back NL MVP has opted out of his deal for $13 million to become a free agent. Is that the game tonight? Waste of money. Oof. Okay, we do get first dibs. First and foremost, there will be a qualifying offer. He wants a near max contract. Remember how I said we had money? We're about to not. Adding extra years really doesn't... Okay. This might be the first time I have to use the $15 million a year backloaded deal. Just to make sure the money total doesn't screw us over. You could go a 1-year deal to bring him up to age 30 and then renegotiate. You could go 6 years to bring him up to age 35 when presumably he's going to decline. But 6 years is still $32.8 million per. Where if you just say, screw it, 15 years and backload it, it won't be that bad. But if he elects not to retire until like 40, we're fucked. I think I have to be cheesy about this. I think I have to be a little bit cheesy about this for the money because we're a small market team anyway. That's the big issue, right? We are a small market team. We need to save money in every possible way we can, even though it is a little bit cheap to do it this way. But yeah, I mean, our projected surplus is $32 million with this method compared to a 6-year deal to bring him up to age 35, which has our projected surplus at $13 million. We saved nearly $20 million running that setup. It is a little bit cheesy, and I don't like to do it often, but we have taken so many L's here in Pittsburgh that I am now outright desperate. So we'll give him a player option on the 15th year. We'll backload the deal. And we'll hope he takes it. And if he doesn't, well, we can qualify him and at least get compensation if he leaves. But if he leaves, what the hell are we going to do? And the problem is, he waited a few days into free agency. He waited a few days to give us an answer. Honestly, I have to edit this just to try and give him max interest. That's our best bet. 21 million. Player option is going to have to be a little bit more. Looks like it's going to have to be about 22 million a year. Player option, there we go. There it is. There it is. All right, Diego Espinosa is going to be sticking around. That's fine. It does cut into our available budget a little bit, but it still doesn't mean we can't afford people. He signed it! He signed it! Thank God! Vince Messer, Pirate for life! Oh, thank God. The 2-time NL MVP is going nowhere. And look at how much money. I mean, it's going to get expensive by the end of it, but if he retires first, it's not a big deal. We couldn't possibly lose the back-to-back NL MVP. We couldn't do it. So now Gutierrez is on a big deal. Messer's on a big deal. Again, we didn't sign Goody to that big deal yet because when we signed him, we were still a little bit unsure about what he was going to do at the plate. And he has shown some inconsistencies. But that was worth it. So now it's just Rivas. The problem with Rivas is I am not going to give him the $22 million qualifying offer. If he elects to leave and doesn't take our deal, so be it. That's on him. I would hope that he would come back, but... All right. Now, in terms of the 40-man roster, this is always problematic because I cannot see who is behind these other people. goodness. Right? I mean, there's no fast way. There is no fast way to see this, which sucks. I wish there was. I mean, you can see who's on the 40-man, but you can't see who would be up for the draft. And the problem is, there's nobody right there that I want to protect. So again, hopefully there's no one that I'm going to lose. Worst case, we do the whole trade our bit pieces to get them back. So, no arbitration years, so... terms of contracts. 2 years, $800K for Alan Dyer. We got Hiller, Trujillo, Carlson. All-Text Parallel XP. When you parallel a player, they get a boost in attributes. So it gives you incentive to just use the cards that you like to use because you can make them better. Eckert back. Christensen's tragic. Are we sort of good now? Oh, we made the playoffs last year, and then this past season we blew it. So could save so much money in the minors. I mean, I could drop prices a little bit, but we're not going to be saving a ton of money there. The same card applies for them as well. Nope, it's just for you. You use the 86 Derek Jeter and parallel up to level 5, and someone else only has him up to parallel 2. Technically, your 86 Derek Jeter is better. These arbitration guys could drop a lot. Not really, though. I mean, 2-year deal at 700 per. Not really. You're really not going to be dropping that money amount all that much. Especially not worth fiddling with it for the sake of time. Fair enough. Well, there you go. Ender learned something today. There is a method to my madness after all. I thought you could. Well, see, so the issue is, like, if you keep the prices low before they get added onto the 40-man, then yeah, you can keep guys at around 90K. Once you get them onto the 40-man, it gets to be a bit more expensive. How about them Bruins? They are going to be some excellent golfers. Excellent at golfing. Educational Strim. Yeah, once you have somebody on the 40-man, you pretty much have to offer them around 700K a season. All right, signing all the dudes. Like, there was someone there like Cortez that I probably don't have to sign, but it's like, yeah, whatever. It's not a big deal. Timmy Coe, 2-year deal, 800K. So, like, with Tim Coe, with him, you can technically drop it way the fuck down, and he keeps interest. But we also have a boatload of money. Like, there are some guys you'll be able to drop it down, but others not so much. So it's just the time-saving move. Like, if we were really penny pinching right now, I would for sure try to save a little bit more money. But these deals are also, for the most part, year to year. So. And so I just can't do the at-bat and run the show when I pick too many player for that. No, so for the at-bat, just pick whatever position you want and then turn off fielding and base running opportunities in settings. All right, so that's good. I imagine at least a few of them fish fair. Ooh, the Rays might not be able to hold on to former, or not the Rays, the Marlins might not be able to hold on to former first overall pick Dominique Lerma. He's insane. This is this is quite the free agent class here. We're only worried about Rivas. And the 40-man that I feel like is really going to fuck me over. Eligible for the Rule 5 draft. Yeah, I'm going to have to check on literally everybody. What a pain. All right. Well, we would prefer not to lose the fish. So we'll add him. Henry Sixto is also available. So is Harvey Grove. Well, given that Grove kind of sucks, I'd like to hold on to Sixto. Second base. We got Roger Reese, who is eligible, but the guy's 27. Sean Carter is also available. I'm not really too worried if either of them get picked. You know? I mean, we have McCall and Lowry behind them now. It's really not a big deal. Like, these guys will be a major league caliber at like age 30 or like mid 70s at age 30. But if we have space on the 40 man, I'll go back. In left, not losing anybody there. Center field. Delgadio. Try to hold on to him too. Again, Rivas not currently on the roster. Friedman. I'd prefer not to lose, but honestly, for the moment, let's add Friedman. We added Delgadio. For the moment, let me add. All right, now we do have a full 40 man. I was going to say, let me add certain people. And then remove them if we don't want them there. Because I would imagine we're going to have some pitchers that qualify for this as well. Jose Lima, but he's 35. Sciambi. I mean, we could just let go of him. He was a depth signing. Russell Hiller, well, he certainly has to be on the 40 man. David Sung is a backup catcher. Honestly, Fishman could be the backup. I don't necessarily want to lose David Sung because he is signed for dirt cheap, but there are other people I'd prefer to lose less. Let's get David Sung off the 40 man. Make room for Russell Hiller. You got Eduardo Santana, who is eligible. I think I'd also prefer not to lose him. It is getting tough here, though. Sorry for the tough line. It is what it is, man. I just watch the games. I can't control if they blow it or not. You know? Let's get Mr. Santana on the 40 man. Lopez is eligible, but he's 28. Slinger. Williamson's eligible again. Looks like Williamson's going to be the last one. He is. I mean, it wouldn't be devastating to lose Darrell Williamson, but I'd also prefer not to lose him. But he didn't really improve last year, so I think we'll leave him available too. So we'll see what happens over the next few days here. Lerma goes to Philly. That's a huge signing for them. Absolutely huge. All right, as far as we know, those other guys cleared waivers too, which is great. Arbitration. We still got some contracts that need to go through. And then free agency-wise, Rivas is back. Cool. So right now, it's just a matter of waiting. And we'll see where we are from there. So 40-man-wise, we should be fine. I mean, if we lose somebody, so be it. We still got a couple of people who haven't signed. Let's go ahead and up the contracts here if they're not full value. Will I be cheering for a specific team? I will not. I'm just going to kind of cheer for good hockey. I just want everyone to have fun. That's what I want. I just want everybody to have fun. That's all I want. Let people have fun. Apparently because Rivas was signed. Now we have too many people on the 40-man again. Let's get Friedman out of there, and then hopefully he won't be claimed. All right, arbitration, we're fine. It's just McCann and Burnett. All right, Rick McCann, let's pay you a hell of a lot more, my friend, because I'd prefer not to lose you. All right, we did lose Richard Friedman on waivers to Seattle. I mean, we were bound to lose somebody. If we were going to lose a position player, though, right field, honestly, wasn't the worst. So, unless Ricky McCann still decides not to sign. Holy shit. Let's just pay you a fuckload of money, please. Give you a massive contract raise. Rick, do not fucking do this to me, my man. Oh my god. All right. Let's just give you a shitload of money. Please. Player under team control must be tendered a contract offer by December 2nd and he'll become a free agent. Well, he does have a contract offer, but still, the longer he sits there, the more worried I am. Come on. There we go. Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, now we wait for the Rule 5. But no major losses off the team. We did have the 2 starting pitchers leave. But that's not a brutal situation. And we lost the 1 right fielder, but it is what it is. Okay. We also just lost reliever Louis Kingman, which is not the worst case scenario, but it's also not necessarily ideal. So we have a couple of people leave the team. Again, not the worst case scenario. Jack Bullington. I remember that name. Exactly, yeah, and Brandt did not sim very well with that high OVR. So obviously, I'll have some stuff to set up here with this team. Catching situation will pretty much remain the same unless we decide to make a move with the 40-man. But I mean, yeah, look at this now. At catcher, we got a lot of prospects in the mix at catcher. Fodor might honestly get moved to third base just to make some room. And not have too many players in one spot taking time from one another. We still have Messer and Ramirez long term. I mean, Ramirez is signed till age 35 at $1.6 million, which is amazing. I feel bad for Maurice Burnett. Maybe we see, then again, corner outfield's also a very heavily, like a depth-heavy spot for us. So first base, we're still looking good. Second base, still a little bit scary. We do have 2 younger projects there. We don't really have like that go-to second baseman. I mean, Obama's it, but he's not. Gutierrez at third, Chad Dean, Joe Dale behind him. We really do need a project third baseman. And then shortstop is free toss. Gutierrez could be moved over to second. We do have a project shortstop in Casey Roberson. Outfield's going to be an interesting one because we have a lot of talent in the outfield, especially on the left. DJ List down the middle. And then Rivas, Gaucho, McCann, and Wright. I don't know what the hell we're going to do. But I think I'll probably do it off stream just so that we kind of know what we're doing. And then, yeah, look at the starting pitching. Even though we lost 2 decent players, starting pitching still with 4 82 overalls or above. And then bullpen-wise, we still have some people in the mix. And then Maraville now, and Ozzy Esposito, for that matter. This project. So we're looking good. I mean, our biggest need heading into that next draft, we still need an elite second baseman, project third baseman, and then, you know, just the general outfield type of thing. So I really like the makeup of this team right now. It's just we're waiting. We continually put this team in a good spot, as good as we can, for a draft-only challenge. It's just, can we friggin' break through? And I don't know if we can, unfortunately. But hey, We're gonna keep trying.